Hey, and welcome back to our Eurolinks metric fastener standards comparison vlog series, right? This is our first episode of 2020, and I'm excited to announce officially that Eurolink actually is turning 20 years old in 2020. That's right, our 20th year anniversary is in 2020. So speaking of awesome marketing opportunities, we are definitely going to be taking advantage of that, and we've got some really cool announcements for you that I'm going to share with you at the end of the video, so please do stick around, right? All right, so today we're going to be covering socket set screws, often called grub screws. It took me a little bit to figure that out. Not sure why people call them grub screws. It's honestly kind of weird to me. Like, I would prefer people just call them socket set screws. Not hating on you if you call them grub screws. Still gonna, give you the offer, right? But when I think of grub, I think of like Simone and Pumbaa, right? From Lion King when they're eating the grubs out of that log, right? They even kind of like set screws even kind of look like grub. I guess that's maybe why they call them grub screws. I don't know. But to be honest, there isn't much of a difference between the DIN and ISO standard for the major set screws, which is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about DIN 914 or DIN 913, DIN 914, DIN 915, and DIN 916. So that in and of itself is some good information, right? There's not a big difference, but there are some slight differences that I'm going to discuss, and I'm going to take this opportunity to really just kind of teach the differences between the set screws in general, right? So let's begin, okay? So DIN 913 is going to be equivalent to ISO 4026. And so that means that DIN 913 and ISO 4026 are both hexagon socket set screws with a flat point, right? So flat point. Now, then you've got DIN 914. DIN 914 is going to be equivalent to ISO 4027, okay? So that means DIN 914 and ISO 4027 are both going to be hexagon socket set screws with cone points, right? Cone point. All right, and then DIN 915 is equivalent to ISO 4028. So that means that DIN 915 and ISO 4028 are both hexagon socket set screws with dog points. Now this one's a little bit different from the other ones because this one actually there are such thing as a half dog point and a full dog point. What that is referring to is the difference in the length of that point. So that point that kind of that extrudes from the set screw itself, that a half dog point is roughly half the length of a full dog point. And whether or not it is half dog point or full dog point is fully dependent upon the diameter and the length of the set screws. So, for different diameters, it's going to be different lengths for it being standardized as to when it goes from half point to dog point. I've got a good example for you guys right here. A good example would be like an 8mm DIN 915. So at lengths equal to or below 10 millimeters, and this is just an example, I don't expect you guys to memorize this or anything, but at lengths equal to or below 10 millimeters, the point will be a half dog point, and so that Z measurement, the Z measurement is what's often referred to in like the spec sheets and things like that, is going to be 2 to 2.25 millimeters, whereas the lengths above 10 millimeters, that Z measurement is going to end up being, it's going to be a full dog point, right? And so that Z measurement is going to be 4 to 4.3 millimeters. You see what I'm saying? So below 10 millimeters, it's a half dog point. Above 10 millimeters for the M8, it is a full dog point, but now at a different diameter, that length will be different, right? So you have to make sure you check your DIN handbook or something like that to make sure that you know what you're getting. Now, if you're looking for something that's below 10 millimeters, but you want a full dog point, then you're probably going to need to specify the length of that dog point and all that, because it's going to be a specialty item that's probably going to need to be produced. So if you don't need a lot of them or you need them quickly, then we'll have to do quick production on it, right? Which we can get that done. So let us know. DIN 916 is equivalent to ISO 4029. DIN 916 and ISO 4029 are both hexagon socket set screws with cut point. All right, so the end is going to kind of that indentation on the end there, and so again, for all four of these, often written as T-spec in spec sheets, that the actual depth of the drive itself is also going to depend on the diameter and length of the set screw itself. So, going back to I've got it right here, going back to our 8mm DIN 915 example, at lengths below, equal to or below 10 millimeters, The depth of the drive, so T-min, is going to be approximately 3 millimeters deep, whereas at screw links above 10 millimeters, the depth of that drive is going to be approximately 5 millimeters deep. So that's something to consider as well, right? And so getting to the actual difference between the DIN and the ISO standards, the only big difference is that some diameters did get omitted from the ISO standard. Those diameters are M1.4, 1.8, 14, 18, and 22. So again, 1.4, 1.8, 14, 18, and 22. Those diameters were omitted from the ISO standards for these set screws. So those diameters probably might become more rare over time. Especially since the DIN standard has been formally withdrawn, but they are still out there. They're just probably going to be more expensive and more difficult to come by. So I wouldn't recommend engineering towards that. Yeah. Furthermore, the ISO standard also introduced materials of A2 and A4 stainless steel for the set screws. So you can get the set screws like ISO 4026, 4029, all that in stainless steel. Sometimes we get hit for those odd diameter ones though, like an M22 in stainless steel. We can find those, but you can also expect they're going to be more expensive, a little bit out of line from your general pricing for those kind of set screws. In alloy steel, they are with the ISO standard, as they always have been with the DIN standard, quenched and tempered steel called 45H steel, and so that's still consistent. The ISO set screws are still in that 45H steel, right? So, but request for these in the DIN or ISO standard in another class of alloy steel is going to be non-standard. Okay, so that's it for today. As a quick review, DIN 913 equals ISO 4026 equals flat point, right? DIN 914, ISO 4027, cone point. DIN 915, ISO 4028, dog point, half or full, right? DIN 916 is ISO 4029, which is cut point, right? And remember, the only difference being that the 1.4, 1.8, 14, 18, and 22, that those were cut from the ISO standards, and that the ISO also allowed for the A2 and A4 stainless steel versions of those set screws, right? So as always, please feel free to send any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything like that, or of course, requests for quotes to me at london@eurolinkfss.com. Again, that is Eurolink Frank, Sam, so eurolinkfss.com, or your respective inside sales rep, and check out our website, eurolinkfss.com. You can see it right here behind me. You can see the beautiful, it's a little backwards, I guess, on my screen. I don't know how this works. You can see the 20-year anniversary. We've got the new Emerald logo and all that kind of stuff. You'll see it on the bottom of our emails and all. I think it looks great. Check that out. Oh, and as promised, that special announcement for today, that due to turning 20 in 2020, we'll be doing two major things for customer appreciation. First of all, simply by registering. So when you get our newsletter, if you hadn't already registered for our newsletter, please do. But simply by registering from our newsletter, you'll be put into a drawing for a $20 Amazon gift card. And we're going to give away two of them, two $20 gift cards every month for the next 10 months. So that's $20 gift cards. You get where we're going with this? Yeah. All right. And so that's all you got to do. I mean, it take you all of like a minute to register. You look on our newsletter, register, do that, and you put into a drawing for $20 gift cards. And it's not like there's going to be 10,000 people. Your odds are probably pretty good at getting one of them, right? And same thing for the next thing. We want to know how we've been doing, right? We get a lot of positive customer feedback, but we want to know, like, what we can do better, how you guys are kind of, feeling us, right? And so we are going to be doing a customer feedback survey, in which we'll be drawing rewards for that as well. And the way it's going to work, once we launch it and you do participation and you actually try, don't be going through and just clicking all, make sure you give us some good answers, that you'll be put into a drawing. And the way that one's going to work is we're going to draw 3 names. The first name gets a $100 Amazon gift card. The second name gets a $50 Amazon gift card. And the third name gets a $25 Amazon gift card. So again, some pretty decent prizes, especially if you can get that first name right. And there might be, like 100 people that do it. So you got some pretty good odds at it. So take a minute and do it, right? All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you guys next week, where we continue with the vlog series. And until next time.